Hey man, welcome to the Seeding Greatness podcast, y'all. Listen, we are here on site at our Seeding Greatness social event. It's a networking event for entrepreneurs, founders, creatives, artists, musicians, you name it. We all gather here together in order to support one another, celebrate one another, cheer one another on, find our next coach, our next mentor, our next musician. It's really a place where we are coming together and really being a true community. So number one, if you haven't been to one, make sure you make it to one of our events next year. We're hosting a live on-site podcast today with my guy, Jonah Marais.
What's going on, dude? How you doing?
Man, I couldn't be more excited, bro.
Let's go.
I'm trying to figure out when we ran into each other at our spot, right?
Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, August or September. I don't really know exactly when the first time, but yeah, dude, we've been bumping into each other a few times, and it was just like, we got to do something. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you. Yeah.
Though I was so mad because when I bumped into him, I was like, man, this dude's got all that swag drip. You know, people that it don't matter what they wear, it just feels like they always feel comfortable in it. And it's like, here I am, nothing fits, everything's too short.
I was thinking the same thing about
this
you,
works.
Bro. You're good.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get my inner Jonah.
Okay.
And I just saw him, man, and how he carried himself. And I don't know, you see those people that just make you kind of stop and be like, what is it about them? And we leaned into this conversation, and it was, I don't know, it was genuine connection. I'm like, hey, man, I like this dude. Let's do a pod. When are you making music? I want to be in the room.
Let's go.
I didn't even hear his music yet. I just heard his character. And I think that's a great way to start us out, man. He's toured. I'm going to read a little bit of his official bio here to you so you guys have that. Jonah was born in Stillwater, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Stillwater, Minnesota.
Yeah.
We forgive you for that. He started his musical journey in 2016 by live streaming from his bedroom. He built a following that led him to co-founding the renowned brand Why Don't We? They spent over 6 years together. They achieved some remarkable milestones, amassing more than 9 billion global streams. They earned 2 platinum certified singles, 2 gold certified singles, and 2 top 10 albums on the Billboard 200 and sold out tours at legendary venues worldwide. Man, he's since then gone on tour. He's done other songs. He's hit the charts in many other occasions. And right now, his latest project is this EP with his first single, Better Place. And I know that I've heard that Hearts Back Home. Mm-hmm. That's recent that you've been touring on, right?
Yep.
And man, it's got that thing that you just play on repeat.
Thank you, bro.
Because it's got that melodic, I just want to listen to this because it's feel-good music. And I love that. And what I love most about him and when I listen to his music is that I feel something. You know, I feel connected. I feel fun. I feel vibey. I feel vulnerable. And I like musicians and artists that can make you feel a plethora of emotions. So that's enough talking from me, man. We probably got about 15 minutes here that I'll let him talk.
Dude, thank you for saying all that, man.
And bro, let people know who you are and what your music is really about.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the best intros I've ever had. So yeah, I'm Jonah. Me and Darryll met each other a few months ago and been looking forward to coming on here. But yeah, man, I started off 2014 actually, so a couple years before the bio has. But yeah, man, it's been a great journey. I'm really grateful for it. I think, it's interesting coming from a small town and then being kind of invited into this machine of the industry. I was literally all of a sudden invited to LA to be a part of this boy band and was thrown into kind of this machine, and it was a lot of great times, a lot of also some hard times in there, kind of a mixed bag, but overall I'm so grateful to be where I'm at right now in life, and so many of those memories with the band is special, and I think back to it very fondly. But yeah, man, I think since the band ended, I realized when the band ended that I had a lot of my identity and validation coming from being a part of the band, because it's this big, a lot of my formative years were spent in a tour bus and playing to all these screaming girls and all this madness, which was fun, but it's not the best for your brain, I think, in the long run. Like all of a sudden we got into a lawsuit with our manager after COVID hit, and we couldn't tour, and then all of a sudden this lawsuit happens, and it just kind of tanked the whole band. And I didn't know who I was without it. And I kind of, I guess I I just fell off hard. And
how old were you at this time, like age-wise?
I was this was 3 years ago the band ended.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
which is how old?
That was 24.
Okay, so you're 24.
Yeah.
So you started this band, you were in this band.
I just turned 18 when we started the band, yeah.
So bam, that's like your whole mini adulthood.
18 to 24, yeah. And then I was the oldest in the group, so the youngest was my boy Zach. He was 15 when we started, so it was we were just young, trying to follow our dream, and we got so much accomplished, but also it was just a wild experience. But yeah, man, I think the band ending, just falling off hard, crashing on the ground, face plant into the cement, and if you want to say, I started turning to drinking a lot and just going out in LA and trying to make a party that night. I don't know where my life is at or how I'm feeling, but I know I could have a good time tonight. That was kind of my mentality, and led me down a bad path. And I ended up having a psychosis episode, which was really scary. I was up for 3 days and thought the world was ending. I went home and told my parents this, and they brought me to the hospital, thank God. And that was a big kind of turning point for me of turning the ship around, and got sober. I'm closing in on 700 days sober.
Hey, let's go, bro.
Feels good.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. So it's really
in the music scene. That's a beast of a thing to pull off.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's everywhere. It's a lot. So it's been. I'm really grateful for all that. I think I'm so thankful that it happened the way it did, because now I have this unique perspective on life and just gratitude to wake up. I'm here right now. I don't think I would be if I don't know. I was in a dark place for a little bit there, so I'm grateful for it. And I think because of that, I've leaned into faith quite a bit, and leaning into that peacefulness that I feel when I'm in prayer, or reading the Bible, or listening to worship music or singing worship. All of that has given me so much in this season of life, which has been great too. So I feel like I just talked so much.
No, that's good, man. No, and I appreciate the vulnerability too, man. And I don't know I don't even know if we talked about this, but did you know I'm a suicide survivor?
No.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
So, former athlete, attempted multiple times. I found Christ in a psychiatric unit.
Wow.
And so we definitely share that low moment, that rebirth.
Yeah, I went to a psychiatric unit as well.
Yeah.
That's
See
wild,
that, man? See, so you're on the right spot.
Yes, sir.
A lot of our my audience, a lot of stages I speak to, they bring me out to tell that story, to talk about principles. My second book is The System of Self-Care, so it's all on the process of caring for ourselves. And I wrote it for high performers who were anti-self-care because they thought it was anti-productivity, when the research shows the opposite. You're more productive, more creative when you take care of you. Yes. Or I say you perform your best when you're at your best. And so, man, I'm curious for you, what has been some of that, now that you've had that kind of crash and, reemergence, what's different now about you as an artist versus before that turning point for you?
I think everything, putting health first, putting recharging first when I need to, or I feel like I have so much more purpose than I ever have right now. And I think as an artist, that's everything. To walk into a studio with something to say rather than, man, let's try to make a hit. You know, like it's a very different thing.
What would you say that purpose is for you?
Giving people some of the tools that I've learned that have helped me with my mental health, and sort of just like giving a voice to people who feel all of these things but can't quite say it. And man, it's been so special to tour around. I did a tour in Europe earlier this year. I did a tour of the US just in the last couple of months, and to have multiple people come up to me and say like, I wouldn't be here if you didn't talk about your experience, so thank you. And like just hearing those words, if one person came up in my entire life and said that, I'm like, all right, I'm doing the right thing. So I feel very very grateful. Yeah.
What, like, is there a particular song that you've written or produced that tells the story around your mental health, or speaks to that, or ministers to people that are fighting through that? If so, I'd love to hear the creation story around that.
Yeah. I think, well, there's a few that I just have written in the last month or two here in Nashville, and I'm so excited about like the sound that's starting to happen, because I just moved to Nashville in July, so I'm like brand new. I lived in LA for 9 years before that. So like the way that it's affecting my music is the best, and the sound, like all of a sudden I'm starting to feel a little more like folk Americana, country, but still with my pop roots. It's like a really cool blend. But I would say like a song that I have out right now that I've talked a lot about my mental health story, and specifically the psychosis story, is a song called More Than Enough. And it's almost like when I wrote it, I was envisioning talking to myself at that low point and saying, I forgot to tell you you're more than enough. And then just reflecting on that, and then it comes back to, I forgot to tell you you're more than enough. Like that's kind of the chorus, and then it goes into these like snapshots of the actual experience. But yeah, dude, that's been a special one because it came full circle. I didn't even think about it, but then I'm performing it on tour, and I'm singing it to all of this crowd saying you're more than enough, and they're singing it to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like the song's giving back to me. Which is really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's surreal. So you wrote it for your older self, or your former version of yourself, and you sang it and then got ministered to by the crowd. I get that. That's pretty surreal. Give us the chorus. How's it go?
I forgot to tell you, you're more than enough, and now it's too late to say I mean, that's the main part of it. It just kind of repeats that and then goes into the snapshots. But yeah, I like that one. It's cool.
That's beautiful, man. Dude,
thank you.
We just are getting started, but I think this is a good place to take an exit ramp, since we got an event to run, and obviously you open performance, so you got to make sure your tunes are right.
Yeah.
But man, obviously there's going to be artists that are listening to this that are like really inspired by your mental health journey, really inspired by your choice to be sober in an industry where that's not usually the norm. What would sort of your advice, admonishment, encouragement be to artists who really want to have a purpose behind their music?
Man, more than anything, like pay attention to your gut. My gut has almost never been wrong, like my whole life, and then I'll feel like, like just like drawn to something, and I follow it, and that usually turns out. And then there's times where I know in my gut I shouldn't be in a place, and I stay there, and it proves to be wrong, So I think that's the biggest thing, is like follow your gut. Also like search for more meaning in your life consistently. I think for me, I've found that through God and Christianity, but that's not everybody's path. So I think just whatever that looks like in your life, something bigger than you is so important, so that you don't have to go on this journey all by yourself. That's been huge for me. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think turning to gratitude, realizing that you're walking in dreams you once had. You know, like I'm living in Nashville right now talking to you. We got a cool event happening. We're about to meet some really cool people. I was just like a kid in a small town in Minnesota that was like hoping to do something. Like I didn't even know, and here we are. So
Nice.
yeah, just believing that the path is already there. You just got to walk it, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. If people want to connect with you, find out about your music, how do they do that?
All my socials are just Jonah Marais, at Jonah Marais, JONAHMARAIS.
Nice.
Check me out, reach out, and yeah, I'm loving doing this. It's fun. So,
Beautiful.
dude. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in to our episode. You guys always know what I say. If someone's worth interviewing once, they're worth interviewing twice. So we just barely scratched the surface of his story. We got an event to run. We'll play some of his music so you can jam out to that. Follow him on all of his socials. And man, don't take what he said for granted. Find purpose, stay connected to God, and follow your gut, man. There's so many times as an entrepreneur myself where I have these gut instincts and I'm like questioning it and I'm like running it past everyone else to get their opinion and their votes versus just following that thing. I think it's a powerful thing when you can, stay connected and feel your impulses, but then follow them through with unwavering commitment and faith. So make sure you put that into action because we are all about you doing something, not just listening to the episode. So subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next Seeding Greatness podcast. Peace.